Okay, I'm working on a Bolens riding lawnmower. This is made by MTD. Now it's having a little weird issue that I figured I'd share and show you what causes it and what the fix is, because it's rather annoying. So this lawnmower, like many, has a clutch and brake pedal, and on these particular lawnmowers the parking brake is typically just a device that locks the clutch and brake pedal in the down position. Now when it does that, it will usually engage the safeties so that you can still start the mower and you can leave it running when you're not on it. This one though, what it's doing is it is not allowing you to start it or run it when the parking brake is on. So on this one, the parking brake lever is combined into the shifter. So you can pull it all the way up. See that 6th gear, you go all the way down first, and if you go all the way down, it's in park. So what this is doing is, right now it's in park. I should be able to crank the engine, but I can't. The safety is not allowing it to crank the engine. But if I go ahead and just push this clutch pedal down a little more, then the engine will crank like normal. So the problem here is the parking brake mechanism. Now the linkage comes down here, you can follow this rod, it goes into this plate, and that's what's causing the problem. Now down there on the, let me try to get you a better view, down there on the brake and clutch shaft is a little plate. See if you can see it moving down there. And that plate has a number of little notches in it for each gear, and it's got one for the parking brake position. Now when you push this pedal all the way down and you move, this is in like 3rd gear or something right now, and you move this lever, it pulls the plate down and a tab comes down and will lock into the notches. The problem is that, if you'll notice, the clutch is moving back too far before it catches that notch. See, this is pushed all the way down and I release it. You see how much that moves before it catches. The reason this is causing a problem is because if you look under here, you'll notice that that's the safety switch for the clutch, and right now it's not being depressed even though it's in park. But if I push it down, it depresses the switch and then everything acts normal. So why is it doing that? Well, it's actually pretty simple. You notice this bolt right here? I know this plate looks like it's pretty badly bent, but I'm pretty sure that's a factory bend because there's no paint flaking off and it's a very clean bend. The problem is the bolt. Alright, now I've already tightened that bolt, but I don't know how well it'll show up, but it's actually bent backwards like this. And what that's doing is that's basically putting it back about, I'd say, a 1/4 inch farther than it should be, which means that the clutch, that plate that's on the clutch and brake pedal, is moving backwards about a 1/4 inch before it catches. The result is that it is got too much play before it catches, and so it releases the switch, thus creating our problem. So the solution is very simple. I just need to bend this bolt that way a little more and it should be good to go. As far as what causes it, because this is a combination brake and gear shift mechanism, my theory is that it's just from years of, it's a shift on the fly transmission, so years of just, the clutch pedal slamming into that plate is what did it. That's my theory anyway. You can see better now how that bolt's bent. So I'm going to bend that bolt back forward a bit, and that should take care of the problem. Okay, so I got that bolt bent back into position. Now I'm on the other side of the mower. I'm going to show you how I did it. If you look up there, you can see the bolt right over there, and this is your clutch and brake shaft. I've got just this little 2x4 here, rested up against the brake shaft. Sorry, this is going to be shaky. I'm trying to do this with only 2 hands. And I took a pry bar, and I'm not going to be able to get it here while holding the camera, but basically you just get it behind the bolt head and then pry against the brake and clutch shaft, which should be strong enough to take the force, and that will force the bolt forward a bit, which is the opposite of what it was before. So now we come back over the other side, you'll notice that it is depressing the brake switch now. We'll get that 2x4 out of there. It's depressing the safety switch now. So when I go to crank it, it will now crank like it is supposed to. So I hope this helps somebody out.